What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with a brand new episode of the SFL. That is right, the Smallz Football League. Only 4 more weeks to go until the playoffs arrive here in season number 2 of the SFL. We are here in week 15, and we are taking on the St. Louis Sentinels, who I have major history with. This is actually the first team that we played in this series 32 some odd episodes ago. Desmond Ridder was the quarterback. I remember that. Don't know if you guys remember episode, I guess it'll be episode 2, but Desmond Ridder was the quarterback, and it was a thriller. That is for sure. And we are seeing them again now, almost 2 seasons later. They are 6-7 and not really anything crazy on the stats. They're pretty much mid in most categories, I would say. Although I do see that they only allow 82 rush yards per game, and we average 80.6. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Always trying to get that running game going with J.J. Huntington and Tubby McDouble. Maybe this is the game to do it. Not sure. I'm sure this will still be tough, though, as the Sentinels do have 3 subscriber players on their team. Quarterback Ashton Saber, halfback Dyson Frederick, and defensive end Jalen Valentine. So in today's episode, guys, we have 2 new subscribers joining the league, putting us at a grand total of 174 subscribers here in the SFL series. If you're not subscribed, stick around. No one else is doing what we're doing here on YouTube. I can almost guarantee you that. And it's a great time, and I would love to have you on board. So we'll definitely check out the 2 new subscribers that just joined. Also, get a look at this St. Louis Sentinels team. See why maybe they're 6-7 and fighting for their playoff lives. And of course, going to highlight the 3 subscribers that we are going to be taking on today on this St. Louis team. We got a lot to get into today. Cue the intro, man. And as always, guys, if you would like to join the SFL as a creative player, check the pinned comment down below. It's got all the information I would need to add you into the league next episode. Also, please check out the official SFL Discord. Link to that is also down there in the description. I haven't updated it in a couple weeks. I've been a little bit busy, which is also explaining the lack of uploads recently. But we should be back on track, so I will update that next episode as well. And also take a look at the channel memberships if you are so inclined. It would really help me out a lot. It's only a couple bucks a month, and you get a bunch of cool perks, including Superstar or X Factor Dev. Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge to your creative player. But new subscriber here on the Louisville Fighters, who starting to get some more subs here recently. They had none for the longest. They are bringing in wide receiver Braylon Udeze. I think it's Udeze. I believe I said that right. If not, please correct me down below. But Braylon Udeze, shout out at King/4 down there in the comment. Assuming brother or probably family member of quarterback Cameron Udeze. So there you go. We got a good one joining here. Braylon is 6'4", 215 pounds out of Georgia. He's got the Julio Jones type of build, and he is a deep threat archetype receiver. And just like Julio Jones, maybe the Falcons version at least, if nothing else, of Julio. 95 catching, so very sure-handed pass catcher, and a really good deep route runner with the 92 deep route. Don't sleep on him. He's good in the short and the medium range, but he can go up and catch a spectacular catch also with that 91 spec catch. So Braylon looking to be a good addition. The Louisville Fighters are first place in the NFC North, although they are 6-7. So adding Braylon here should make them more of a lock, I guess, for the playoffs. And it only took 33 episodes, but we have our very first punter joining the league here in the SFL. That would be Jack Mavros, returning from the first SFL series on Madden 24. Jack Mavros was in that league as well as a punter, and he will be returning to the Tuscaloosa Terminators, the team that I play with week in and week out. So shout out at 50LRXX down there in the comments. Glad to have you back, Jack. Okay, bars. I know you see that.
Nice rhyme.
But Jack is a very good punter, 5'11", 203 out of Central Washington. My man has 99 kick power, also pretty accurate too with the 91. But, you know, you never want to be bringing your punter onto the field, right, in an ideal situation. But if you do have to bring him on the field, you want him to be able to boot that pigskin and play the field position game and help you, get good field position. Jack can certainly do that with the 99 kick power. And welcome back to the league and to the Tuscaloosa Terminators, Jack Mavros. Let's get a quick look at the St. Louis Sentinels team just to see what we're going up against in today's gameplay. Ashton Saber, the quarterback, is a superstar. I did not know that. He must have just progressed up naturally because Ashton is not a channel member. Ashton, wink, wink, just saying. But yeah, superstar dev. Wow, very, very interesting. And if we get a look at Ashton's stats here, this is probably why he devved up to superstar. He had a really good season last year, 4,200 passing yards, 38 touchdowns to 14 picks. Not having the same type of production this year at 2,600, 17 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. And hopefully our defense can keep him on that type of trajectory here today. Halfback Dyson Frederick, not a superstar, but still a good player. 5'11", 205 out of Michigan State. So we got a Wolverine and a Spartan that we're going to be dealing with today. And he is an 85 overall elusive back. So Dyson kind of reversed from that of Ashton Saber, having a better year this year than he did last year. Probably on pace for 1,000 yards. Today's game is going to determine that. If he just tears us up and has a great game on the ground, he most certainly will reach 1,000 yards this season, but almost as many touchdowns as he had all last year, and 34 broken tackles, averaging about 50 a game. So Dyson Frederick should be a handful to guard against here today. Brandon Ayuk, another superstar here, is the wide receiver number 1, Michael Pittman Jr. and Jawan Jennings. So a pretty decent wide receiver room, I would say. Jawan Johnson, so 2 Jawans we got to go up against here. And CJ Uzama are the tight ends. Another superstar at left tackle, Laramie Tunsil, of course. He's headed to the Washington Commanders in real life. John Simpson is the left guard. They got Connor McGovern as the center. Brandon Scherf is the right guard. Really good offensive line. And, never mind. Great offensive line. Panay Sewell. They got a lot of superstars on this team. Why are they 6 and 7? I don't know. Jalen Valentine, he is the other subscriber here. The left end, 6'6", 255 out of Florida. He is a power rusher and 22 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks so far on the season. He's already matched his tackle and tackle for loss total from last year, so that's good. And he used to play for Tuscaloosa before they were the Terminators, back when they were still Tampa Bay Bucks is the team that we relocated into. So I guess a little history here for Jalen. So maybe looking to get some type of revenge game on us today. Jalen Carter on the right side. They are littered with superstars, man. That is crazy. Ali McNeil and a auto-generated rookie Demetrius Toon. Nice name, by the way. Seriously, that's a fire name. They are the defensive tackles. Boogie Basham, the left linebacker. He's not really that good. Ernest Jones and Brandon Smith are the middle linebackers. And Sione Takitaki, the former Cleveland Brown, the linebacker. Their linebackers aren't really that good. I'd say that's probably their one really, really glaring weakness on this team. Teron Johnson, Byron Murphy, Christian Izzian are the corners. And also another former Cleveland Brown, John Johnson III, is the free safety. Jordan Fuller is the strong safety. They got Diego Garay, rookie kicker out of Kansas, and also Jamie Gillen, another Brown. So just a Cleveland Browns freaking family reunion on this team. The Scottish Hammer is the punter. This team looks good, and I would not be surprised if this one is a shootout here today. Heading down to the Kings Court to take on the St. Louis Sentinels, 10-3 against 6 and 7. Sentinels really need this game way more than we do, but we still need it too because our division is stacked. We got the Savannah Spirits and the Oklahoma City Eels right on our heels, so try not to get in our feels. Let me stop. Nope, you guys aren't ready for the bars.
He's good.
But St. Louis Sentinels, take a look at their uniforms here. If you guys didn't know, I made all 32 of these teams, so go check them out. First video of this playlist. But there is the homes that they will be rocking today. I know you see they got the little logo there on the pants, so pretty cool. And then the aways are just giving me Dallas Cowboy vibes all the way around, okay? And they are in the NFC East too, so there you go. And the Black Knights, we'll keep them in the homes, but I really like those Black Knights, man. Go check out all the teams. I put a ton of hard work into this, but we will keep the home jerseys on the Sentinels here today. And if you guys are fired up for this SFL series and you're loving this content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 2,000 subscribers and take over YouTube. And without further ado, let's get on down to the Kings Court in St. Louis and get ready for the game. Here come your 10-3 Tuscaloosa Terminators, just having a great season. But, you know, even though we are having a great season, a loss here today by these Sentinels and a win from our division rivals, the Eels and the Spirits, will drastically lower us in playoff seeding. I will go over the playoff bracket next week and show you guys how all your teams are doing. And it is going to be raining here in St. Louis, and the Sentinels will get the ball first. So we're either going to see Corey Booter, our subscriber kicker, or our punter, Jack Mavros. It looks like I see Corey Booter out there, okay? So I do believe, aside from the offensive line, that every position on this Tuscaloosa team is filled by a subscriber. So that is awesome. Thank you guys so much for helping me to make this team so good. And we will see what Ashton Saber and the Sentinels do here on their first drive. There are Ashton stats again. I mean, like I said, it's a workman-like season. You know, it's not terrible. It's not great. It's just kind of there. But players, quarterbacks specifically, and sometimes running backs can really give us a run for our money at times. And we'll have to be on our toes here today. So we got Saber and Frederick, the combo there in the backfield, and it is going to be Frederick trying to burst ahead, but only going to be picking up 3 as Emerson Rose Miser, our defensive lineman, and TJ Huntington were there to meet Dyson Frederick for a limited gain. So that will put Saber in the shotgun. Empty set here. They got 3 wide receivers there on the right, and where's Frederick going to go? That was caught? Thought it might have been intercepted at first. Saber is able to find his target. Wow, this is a big one here. Would love to set the tone early by getting the Sentinels off the field. TJ Huntington was in there. Oh, man. That was almost a sack by TJ Huntington and then almost a pick by Jaden Taylor. He was in great position as Saber was targeting Michael Pittman. But a great defensive stand by the Sentinels, or by the Terminators, I should say. And that will bring out Jamie Gillen, the Scottish Hammer, to boot this thing away, and could be pretty good return room for JJ Huntington. Broke some ankles there, but ultimately only able to get it to the 27. And here is our field general, Drew Thompson, a much better stat line, almost 4,000 passing yards and 32 touchdowns. And I have cut back drastically on the interceptions. I did throw one, I believe, last episode, but aside from that, I've really been taking care of the ball, which you can't always say about me and my gameplay. So starting out single back here, got some crossers on the field, and we're going to target Huntington. That would be Ty Huntington, one of the 3 Huntington trio, and he is brought down there by Teron Johnson for a gain of 8. I am going to really focus heavily on this running game here today. You see Tubby McDouble, our power back, is in, and just hoping he can pick this up. He is going to power through, getting exactly what he needed. First down here by Tuscaloosa. If we can't maybe target... Oh, Scooby McBoomski's wide open. How can I pass that up? I was looking for Damon Cody. I had him on a corner shot, and I was probably going to be looking for a deep bomb there, but our tight end Scooby, who always plays great, I think he's our leading receiver on this team. If not, he's definitely 2. But he was able to pick up a nice first down. We'll come back in here with JJ Huntington. Going to go single back wham, and just nothing, as he is stuffed there instantly for pretty much no gain. And that's pretty much how our running game has gone these last few weeks. 3rd and 10. Definitely faced with some adversity here, as Christian Isian was there in coverage. And what do I like in this situation? Probably verticals, gun bunch. This is usually this could be a Damon Cody route. I'm going to put Jake Powers on a curl in case I don't like anything there on that side. It's Scooby, though. Scooby's got to hang on, and he does. What a catch by McBoomski. That was not easy. And Scooby keeping this drive alive for us. You love to see it from the subscriber tight end. See if JJ can't pick up something good here. He's the reigning offensive player of the year. I need him to play like it. So I don't know if it's the blockers, really, the lack of blockers, I should say, or maybe we've just been going up against good defenses lately. But JJ, it's been kind of a struggle for him. Now, this Sentinels team, I did show you, I think they were, the like the 6th or the 7th best run defense team in the league, so that would make sense. Damon Cody had to readjust, but the superstar X Factor powers his body forward, and we got this ball down to the 25. Do I continue to go run, though, or just go pass heavy? I mean, I am going to continue the run for now because I don't want to have to, like, be one-dimensional. You know, I feel like I say that every episode. Do I say that every episode?
Yes.
I think I say it on my Akron Summits franchise, too, but it's just how it goes, man. The running attack's kind of tough as of late, and Huntington, again, no real blockers, so I guess we do stay through the air here, but, you know, it is what it is. Jake Powers on the curl. That might, oh yeah, this has got to be a Jake Powers curl route, and Powers, yes, I knew. If you don't see if you got somebody on the curl on the left side of the field, and if you don't see a linebacker go up there, you're going to get single coverage every single time, and then it's just a matter of, is your receiver good enough to win? And the answer for Jake Powers is yes, he's good enough to win 9 times out of 10. And we may actually be looking for Powers on this play here. I'm going to go to him. Pinpoint accurate. It was there. The ball got there by Drew Thompson, but it was dropped by Powers. Wow. I mean, that would have been an all-star level throw and catch there. And that really would have solidified Drew Thompson as one of the best in the league here. This could be Ty Huntington. Just needed to catch it a little bit more in stride, and I think he may have had it. 3rd and 6 from the 7. I don't know if I necessarily like the curls, but too late to change my mind now. We called it. Thompson. Oh, he breaks a tackle. Look at Drew Thompson. Channeling his inner Lamar Jackson. I do not do that with Thompson very often because he is not fast. He is the Drew Brees build. But I saw like a little crease there, but that was really all Thompson because we should have been stopped. And you see he's able to break the tackle of, was that Jalen Carter? I don't know, but whoever it was a great run by Thompson. And not the way that I thought we would pick up our first points of the game, but points are points. And you don't see me arguing. Corey Booter is going to boot this thing through. And we do take an early 7-0 lead on the St. Louis Sentinels. Drive number 2 here for Saber and the Sentinels. Let's see if it's a little better than drive number 1. For their sake, I'm sure they hope so. Oh, Saber, thank God. Shaggy McBoomski, brother of our tight end Scooby, was there, because if he was not there and he did not get to Ashton Saber had green grass. I mean, look at that. Now, I don't know. That was kind of a weird cut by Saber. He should have just kept going. But even after the cut, look, if Shaggy doesn't get this tackle, I mean, Saber's getting it to Tuscaloosa territory. But nice job by Shaggy McBoomski. These McBoomski brothers, man, and I know you guys are watching, so drop something in the comments. They have been a huge addition to this team. Like, just both playing at an all-star level. Designed run for Ashton Saber, and it is Emerson Rose Miser. They're not going to give her a credit for the sack, I don't believe, because it was a design run, but still an amazing TFL. And Emerson Rose Miser says, I am woman, hear me roar.
I am woman, hear me roar.
And I mean, this is wild. So look at the size difference. Ashton Saber is 5'8". I got no room to talk. I'm 5'6". Emerson Rose Miser is 7 feet tall. And I mean, that is just unreal. Like, I had to stop and just show that for a second because, like, side by side, that is crazy. I didn't realize Saber was 5'8" either. I saw that when I was, going through the roster. But yeah, still, he's a good quarterback and he's doing his thing. And that's going to be, again, not a sack, but it is John Kraft, our free safety, blitzing up and stopping. Saber is very run happy, I see so far in this one, so we're going to have to always be watching that. But John Kraft makes a great play, and several defenders have made really good plays as we're going to go into the second quarter, up 7-0, and looking to double that bad boy on the scoreboard. Pass yard leader, as I said, Drew Thompson is there. Cooper Fox, Vanilla Vic, McDonald's 10-piece, and Cameron Moore are the other 4 players. And if you're watching this video right now, in this exact moment, and you're not subscribed, I'm telling you, just subscribe and join in on the league. I will do this type of series every single Madden that comes out for as long as I am able to. And my main goal is to make Madden fun, because let's be honest, it's not a fun game sometimes. So I'm very subscriber interactive series, and you could see your subscriber in the league next episode. But new drive here for Tuscaloosa. Really want JJ to do something here, and his struggles continue against this very, very solid St. Louis run defense. See if we can't hit maybe Jake Powers on this curl, or possibly Scooby. It's got to be Jake. It's got to be Jake. Jake Powers with his second curl route catch of the day, and he is kind of getting into it there with Byron Murphy. But Jake Powers making his presence known. He's usually the, go up and get it, throw it up to the moon type of guy, but he can run the short routes. Okay, don't think he's one-dimensional, because he is not. We might have Ty Huntington here quickly up the middle of the field if it's a blitz. It is. Come on, Ty, catch it. Ty catches it with room to run, and he is going to get it all the way down to the 33. Byron Murphy does make the tackle, but Ty Huntington, a beast on this team, and he just showed you why. I knew that was going to be a quick step drop and sling. It was. And we are now pretty deep into St. Louis territory. Not sure why defensive end Jalen Valentine's not in here either. He's number 11, and they got Nick Herbig for whatever reason as their rush end. So obviously I can't go in and change anything, but I know for a fact I got Jalen Valentine as the starter. So I don't know why he's not in here, but I want him to be. He might be in on this set, not 100% sure. But anyways, it's 1st and 10. From the 33, trying to keep this good drive going. Oh, Scooby, we almost got sacked. But Scooby McBoomski was there. And Drew Thompson now at $107, and he just crossed the 4,000-yard mark for the season. Drew, congratulations to you. I was thinking about going for a freestyle, but nah, I'll let you guys live on that, man. I don't want to put the pressure on that much. You guys know how I am with the freestyles, but it's 2nd and 1. Shout out to Drew Thompson for crossing that 4,000-yard mark. Shouldn't have thrown that. Ty just took a pop. I'm sorry, Ty. That was most certainly a hospital ball thrown there by Thompson. We have got to be able to pick this up here. I'm going to throw a double team on Jalen Carter, but come on, Huntington. I know you can do it. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Best run of the game. And JJ is only now, 5 rushes for 9 yards. It's not pretty. Got the shallow cross in here. Jake Powers always eats on this route. Is he going to eat again? I think he just might, but he's not going to get in. He is stopped up there short by Ernest Jones, the middle linebacker. I love when the coach calls that shallow cross when we're, this deep into the opposing team's territory in the red zone, because it usually works. And now we got 1st and goal here. Tubby is not an outside back. He is a power back. I'm going to go outside with him, though. Not sure if that's the right idea, but we're going to do it. I should have cut back to the left. I'm terrible with cutting in this game, if you can't tell. I want something shotgun inside. Yeah, off tackle, I guess. Not really. I didn't really want to go off tackle. I kind of just wanted a standard inside zone, but we're going to go off tackle. JJ going to find his way into the end zone. Tuscaloosa goes up 13-0. About to be 14-0, pending the Corey Booter extra point. And this team is destined for greatness. I feel like we were anything but great last season. We missed the playoffs, barely. I think this year we got a really, really solid chance of doing big things in the postseason. Here's Jack Mavros, number 3. Not sure if we're going to be punting too much in this game, so definitely want to showcase my man in some capacity, even if it is just, the kickoff after a score. But, nice little cut back there by whoever that was on the Sentinels. But, yeah, shout out Jack Mavros. I'm really glad you rejoined. We did not have any other punters in the league. We had 2 kickers, Corey Booter on our team, and then Kaboomstick 3 over on the Portland Lobsters. So happy to have Jack back in the saddle, if you will. And can Ashton Saber and these Sentinels actually do something? We're going to have our safety Brandon Moore blitzing down. Saber, he's paranoid in the pocket, but this time it's actually going to work. No, somebody get Saber. He is going to slide. I knew it was only a matter of time before something like that happened, and there's that big size disparity. But man, yeah, that was tough. But one thing I noticed is at the slightest sign of pressure, God, I couldn't get that one out at all. At the slightest sign of pressure, Saber is looking to escape the pocket and scramble. That's a heck of a catch there by, I'm not sure who that was, number 87. I'm looking at my notes here. Michael Pittman. Okay.
Come on, man.
2-minute warning, and we are playing good. 14-0, but The Sentinels are threatening to score for the first time today, and it looks like they are coming out shotgun with 3 wide receivers to the left and Dyson Frederick back there in the backfield. Let's use her up on TJ Huntington. It's going to be a play action. It's going to be a sack, and it is Shaggy McBoomski. They're going hurry up. I got to pay attention here. They are going hurry up, but Shaggy McBoomski with a nice sack. That is caught there by Brandon Ayuk, but that will be 4th and 8, and we are going to call a timeout because there's tons of time left. They're about to kick a field goal. Not really sure. I'm not really sure why they went hurry up. Really, they didn't have to. They definitely didn't have to with all 3 timeouts. And maybe we're seeing why this St. Louis Sentinels team is, in fact, 6-7. And that was almost a miss there by the rookie Diego Garay out of Kansas. But St. Louis does find their way onto the scoreboard for the first time today. But we got a chance to put up even more points before halftime. And I'm going to show you Sentinels how to execute a 2-minute drive. We don't need to go hurry up. Now, I will start calling timeouts here pretty soon, I'm sure, as we are down to 50 seconds. But, like, no rush, right? No rush. There's Scooby, middle of the field, and still breaking tackles. I think we will go ahead and call timeout now with 44 seconds. Now, maybe that's a time where no, you know what? I take that back. No need to go hurry up. No need to rush things. No need to get sloppy. Just take our time. Play our style of football, do what we want to do, and we are almost already into field goal range. So definitely don't need to rush things. I'm going to put Cody. No, I want Cody actually on a curl, and Scooby McBoomski, the tight end, may be a good read there. No, we are going to get sacked, and it is Jalen Carter again. Not sure why Jalen Valentine is not in there, the subscriber defensive end. That is dumb. And what is also dumb is we're kind of in no man's land right here. It's 2nd and 18. I'll take a shot. Okay, I will take a shot to Powers or Cody and just kind of see what happens. It's going to be Cody. He's an X factor. Please moss somebody. No. Okay. 3rd and 18. Got time for about one more prayer. Actually, no. There's no need to go for a prayer here, but it's 11 seconds left, man. Like, let me see if I can get JJ some more yards, and let's just get into the locker room up. And, yeah, St. Louis not even going to call their timeouts. It's not worth it. Knowing me, I would throw a pick or something crazy would happen, you know. And right now we're in the driver's seat. So 14-3, we have the edge over the Sentinels, playing really good football, and guess what? We are going to get the ball back after halftime, too, so a chance to up this scoreboard even further. Checking on some of the teams around the league here. Definitely some games of interest, I'm sure, going on here. So up first is who? Are you going to show me anything? Oh, yeah, that's right. One of the announcers is probably talking. This is a big game, and the Savannah Spirits are up by 1 to the North Carolina Flyers. They're only 1 game behind us, so if they win, we got to keep winning because we definitely want to keep that number 1 spot that we have right now. And Portland Lobsters are leading the Kissimmee Crocs. Superstar X Factor and channel member quarterback Tito Flames getting the job done. And the Louisville Fighters, we just added a subscriber to them today, and they are kind of getting torched by the Motors. It's still early, but not a good game there by quarterback Cameron Udesi. We get this second half started with a Jaden Taylor kick return, and thought we had something there for a moment, but our subscriber corner is able to get us to the 30. And running back receiving yards leader is Grayson Martinez, who we just played last episode against or on the San Jose Industrials, but JJ Huntington is number 2. And the question is, can we get him going in this half? I really hope so because we're definitely doing our thing on the scoreboard, so taking a lot of time off this clock and relying on our running game would be fabulous. There's Scooby, though. I mean, how can you turn that down? And he just got upended there by Byron Murphy, but didn't matter. Our great pass-catching tight end is able to get a first down, and I just cannot rave enough about Scooby McBoomski. Again, I know you're watching, Scooby, so throw something down there in the comments because your production is on another level on this team. Now, I am going to try, hold your breath, this might be scary here. I'm going to try to kick it to the outside with Huntington. Huntington had some speed, and come on, I needed a better block there held by his brother Ty, but still, I can settle with a gain of 6. Now, this has got to be positive yardage, man. They only got 3 down linemen, so come on, Huntington. It's positive yardage. So Huntington now up to a whopping 3.9 yards per carry average. 2nd and 6. I'm going to send McBoomski deep, but it's kind of a ploy to get somebody else open, like Damon Cody. There we go on the levels concept. And Cody, he's a big body guy as well. He came over via trade from the Las Vegas Jacks, who are having a tough year with quarterback Drew Vincent over there. But that was a nice catch and run there by Cody, and he is having himself a very good game. Coach is saying HB inside zone again out of single back. So I'm going to call it again. This time I'm not going to motion over Bakersville, though. And we'll see if we can get something positive here. I'll tell you what, Huntington's definitely running better in this half than he did in the first half, but still just kind of waiting to get that one explosive play. Maybe it'll be here on the outside, out of I for him. Don't know if this is the right thing to call, but I think I'm going to have Zach Ertz motion over a little bit. And again, if we can seal that edge, Scooby, it is all on you, brother. The pressure is on you to seal that edge. That's actually Tubby in here, though, not JJ. I wish it was JJ. Tubby with the vision, though, picking up about a yard or 2. Coach is saying HB slip screen here on 3rd and 5. I actually like that because if we don't get it, should be still a chip shot field goal from Corey Booter, but I don't think they would be expecting screen pass in this situation. Got to make sure we don't take a sack. Huntington going to get it and tried to cut at the last minute. He is pushed forward. Sione Taki and others were there to bring him down, but we got this thing all the way down to the 2-yard line. And is this a Y stick time? Is Coach saying Y stick? Coach is not saying Y stick. We'll give it to Huntington. If he doesn't pick this up, I gotta go Y-stick, though. Definitely gotta go Y-stick. It's Tubby. Let me see those McDoubles raining down on the screen. There they are. I know you see them. I know you see those juicy McDoubles raining down on the screen here as Tubby, power back, short yardage back, always getting it done in those situations. And we extend our lead coming out of the locker room, really putting the pressure on the St. Louis Sentinels here. Ashton Saber got to get something going right now. If they don't score on this drive, that's pretty much ball game. It might be ball game anyways, but we have seen teams definitely come back on us, so I'm not going to be complacent and, rest on my laurels quite yet. And, a one-handed grab there. Wow. That was certainly impressive. That was Juwan Jennings. First time I believe that we've called his name. He was able to haul that thing in one-handed. But here on 2nd and 5, I think we got to go pressure. I'll probably have Shaggy McBoomski just kind of be an extra coverage guy, and that's not good. Come on, somebody make a tackle on Michael Pittman. This may be the Sentinels' best drive, and it's coming here in late stages of the 3rd quarter. Time Rashad Sheffield, auto-generated guy, is in the backfield along with Dyson Frederick, so a little 2-back action and a great pass breakup by Amari Taylor. He was targeting Michael Pittman, and our boundary corner, one of the 2 Taylor brothers, we got Jaden and Amari on either side. He was able to break the pass up, so that was very, very impressive. And now Frederick going to be a design run again. We've seen a couple of these. Emerson Rose-Miser dove and tried to get to Saber, but I'd say that's the brightest spot of their game so far here in this one. The Sentinels, that is Saber in the run game. I thought it was going to be looking a little dicey early on, but he has really done some damage to us with his legs. All right, come on, Terminators. Let's not let them back into this game, please. We have seen that.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Several times. There's a design keeper, and we had a chance to get Saber, and the 5'8" quarterback is going to break a tackle. Wow, he's got 6 rushes now for almost 60 yards, and I don't know if that was Alex Powers or not. I'm not going to go to replay, do that too many times in the game, but somebody just got trucked by the 5'8" quarterback. Not good, not good. If you are that person, give me a pick. Oh, Powers, I love the bat down, but I would have much preferred the interception. Still a good play. That's going to be 2nd and 10. Would love to see a big-time interception from somebody here. We're doing pretty good, our DBs, with picks this season. And, Brandon Ayuk breaking a tackle. But who was it there on recovery? It was Shaggy McBoomski, who is having a very, very solid game. Would, love to get him a sack or a big TFL to add to his stats today. He's certainly earned it and certainly deserves it. And we'll go ahead and use her up on Shaggy here and see if maybe he can get to the QB. He's not going to be able to. And it is Michael Pittman, who is definitely Ashton Saber's favorite target so far in this one. Haven't really seen a lot of running back Dyson Frederick. It's been, in terms of running, it's been Saber, the quarterback. So I don't know, maybe he'll go to, it's a weird set with 2 running backs to the right. Don't think I've ever seen that before. Really, in Madden or real life. It's an interception. It's Amari Taylor. I didn't really want to bring it out, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. And there is number 34, who almost had a pick earlier. He does get it now, and that is exactly what I was saying. That was thrown right in. He was going to Pittman. Again, you got to switch it up, Ashton. We know you're looking for Michael Pittman, but what a perfect timing pick by Amari Taylor. And there you get a look at Scooby McBoomski, almost 1,000 yards. He might get that one here today. But so far, hats off to our defense, holding the 6 and 7 Sentinels to only 3 points. Let's go close this one out and maybe keep them with 3 points. Now, surely the single back wham can get the job done, right? We average like 6 yards per carry on this, and that's probably going to be just about what we get. 5 yards maybe, but it's 3rd and 7. I don't need to be super aggressive. However, I am definitely going to throw it. The level switch, we were able to hit Damon Cody on this earlier, and maybe even Jake Powers, who has been a king of the curl here today. If no linebacker goes out there, that's probably where I'm looking. That's where I'm looking, and it's an interception. No, it's going to be a pick 6. You got to be kidding me. It's Byron Murphy. I am an idiot. Now, that is exactly what I was saying that Saber did. I said you got to switch it up, and you can't just go to Michael Pittman. Well, that's like the 3rd or 4th time that I've thrown that curl route to Jake Powers. It worked the other times, but Byron Murphy was ready. And how about that? The first touchdown of the game for St. Louis, we give it to him on a pick 6. That's not good. They have not scored any offensive touchdowns, and they may have just got themselves back in the game because of my boneheaded decision. J.J. Huntington, I'm going to need you to pick up some positive yards. Do you think you can do that for me? You're trying. Okay. That actually was a very good run. Should have been stopped multiple times, and he was able to pick up 7. I am going full on, let's trust J.J. Huntington mode here, especially now that I just threw that INT. I'm a little gun shy, and one more of those bad boys, and the Sentinels are really right back into this game. Nice cut from J.J., but the last minute he was drugged down there. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Got to be able to pick this up with Tubby. He is our short yardage back. He got a touchdown earlier, and there we go. Tubby doing Tubby's job. That is Tubby's job. Put him in, let him plow forward. He's not going to dazzle you. He's not going to be breaking ankles. He is going to be out there just trucking people and picking up hard-fought yards. He did that, and we're going to reward him by giving him another carry here. So chance to really kind of end this one, but we had multiple Sentinels there waiting for him. Ernest Jones was the first one there, and that was actually a loss of 2. Not going to go curl to Jake Powers this time, I can tell you that much. This is probably going to be Scooby McBoomski or possibly Ty Huntington. It's McBoomski. There he is, doing what he does best. Wow, I love that bunch trail, the tight end angle, and Drew Thompson found him. He has no touchdowns in this game, so no touchdowns and 1 pick. But that is what Scooby does best. Picks up the tough yards, finds us a first down that might seal this game. With it being a 2-score game, I do feel really confident in Tuscaloosa here, and we're going to continue to go with Tubby. He's been the one to get it done in this quarter. Look at Tubby. Maybe this is just a case of St. Louis being too tired now because we've been wearing them down all game. But Tubby gets us to the 24-yard line with 4 yards to go into the driver's seat. Now on 3rd and 1 here, if JJ doesn't pick this up, I won't do anything. I'm just gonna complain about it, but that's about it.
Okay.
We are going to be running it towards Jalen Carter, which I don't 100% like, but come on, JJ. There we go. I mean, that was almost almost bad because that Bakersville character really didn't have any interest in holding a block, but still, that one should just about seal it. JJ on the outside run. Look at that. Gonna put a bow on this thing. That was something we don't typically see. JJ successful on the outside runs. And that's even stranger because I changed the focus to inside run after halftime. But that time we were patient, followed our blocks, waited for things to develop. And JJ now with his second touchdown of the game, he's got 2. And Tubby McDouble also has 1 as well. So kudos to the running backs. May not have the yardage to back it up, although I'll be curious. I bet combined they are over 100. I would definitely be willing to wager that. But now the goal here is do not let St. Louis score more than 10, because this will really help our defensive points per game total, or average, which is usually not very good. So maybe another big-time subscriber interception / sack. I don't know. Saber shotgun here. Dyson Frederick to his left. Boy, he has not been utilized at all this game. It's John Kraft. John Kraft, the free safety, who's one of the leaders in the league in interceptions. John, I'm confident you're watching too. I see you in the Discord all the time, brother. Shout something out in the comments. I believe that is now, it's either 4 or 5. It might be 5. But John Kraft is definitely up there in terms of league leaders for interceptions. You, my good sir, just sealed this W for the Terminators. Another week, another Tuscaloosa Terminators W. We improved now to 11-3 with only 3 more games left to go in the season. And I got a really, really good feeling about this team. A lot of good things to like. As a matter of fact, our worst facet of this game was our passing attack, which I'm actually happy about that, which sounds weird to say, but usually, or at least, more oftentimes than not, our passing game is like the only bright spot. We're getting cooked on defense. Our running attack is non-existent. So I'm actually happy about that because some other players really stepped up in this one. Drew Thompson does finish 18 for 22, 218 yards, 81% completion, but no touchdowns and a pick. And Ashton Saber really struggled, 8 for 13, only 60 yards passing and 2 interceptions. That is a rough game. JJ does finish almost at 80 yards, a low yards per carry average, but 2 touchdowns. And Tubby, man, a combined 33 attempts from our 2 running backs. That's pretty crazy. Tubby also had a touchdown in there as well. And Ashton Saber ran 6 times for 58. And don't forget, Drew Thompson had that touchdown on the ground, which you seldom see. Scooby McBoomski, a great game as always. 6 catches, 95 yards, and a couple of those were, drive extenders, which is really, that should be a stat by itself, like drive extending plays, right? Ty Huntington, 5 for 49, and then also Jake Powers, 3 for 34. Not a lot of receiving yards in this one, which is rare for us. Damon Cody, 2 for 30. JJ 2 for 10, and that is it. And then we have our center, Scoot Sanders, as he typically does, did not allow a sack in this one. As a matter of fact, no, we did not get sacked at all. So great job by our O-line. And then defensively, a lot to like here. Shaggy McBoomski, 5 tackles, a TFL, and a sack. He was all over the place, calling his name a lot. John Kraft, 3 tackles, but that big time interception that sealed the game for us and put it on ice. So shout out to John Kraft. Brandon Moore, our strong safety, had 3 tackles. Johnny Waters had 4. Dyson Frederick, he had a tackle, so he might have more than Jalen Valentine, the defensive end. Jaden Taylor had 2 tackles. Okay. Emerson Rose Miser, yeah, I didn't think she would get credit for a sack, but it was a great TFL. I remember that play vividly. It was on Ashton Saber, the quarterback. Jalen Valentine did have some stats. Okay, 2 tackles and a TFL. How did I miss that TFL? Ends up being okay. He did see the field enough. And then, of course, interception from Amari Taylor. That was awesome. Alex Powers had a tackle and a pass deflection as well. And anybody else here? TJ Huntington had 3 total tackles. So yeah, great game by us, man. Super happy. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Now let's go check out the rest of the subscriber stats around the league here in week 15. Portland Lobsters get a nice win here over the Kissimmee Crocs. So they're a playoff team, and they keep trucking in that same direction. Tito Flames, the quarterback, superstar, X Factor, and channel member. Kind of a quiet game. 211, 2 touchdowns, no picks though, so he was accurate and smart with the football. Quarterback of the Crocs here, Pinky Darts, 249 yards, 3 touchdowns, but did have a costly interception. Running back Rudy Chaves for the Lobsters, wow, 12 rushes for 109 yards, a touchdown, and averaged 9.1 yards per carry. That is pretty impressive. Pinky Darts, the QB, ran 3 times for 19. Tito Flames, the QB for the Lobsters, 5 attempts for 14. And then also Blake Altenhofen, receiver on the Crocs, ran 1 time for 6 yards. We also have some subscriber receivers here. Cam Williams on the Lobsters, 5 catches for 56, no touchdowns though. And Blake Altenhofen, he had 4 catches, 43 yards, and he did have a touchdown. Nice work there from Blake. And then Rob Flames, the superstar tight end, 3 catches for 14 yards. Defensively, middle linebacker Drake Bowen always plays good, man. He's the anchor on this Lobsters defense. 8 tackles and 2 TFLs. He is always getting the job done. And then corner Cletus Ray had 4 tackles and a pass deflection. And then you cannot forget about Kaboom Stick 3. He missed one in this game, 1 for 2. He made a 28-yarder, okay, and he made 5 extra points, but a rare miss from one of the best kickers in the SFL. But still, a solid win by the playoff Portland Lobsters. Wow, the San Jose Industrials lay a goose egg against the Eels, so that is back-to-back losses now for San Jose, and this is not good for us because we want the Oklahoma City Eels to lose. They are in our division. But Mason Buchanan, a solid, efficient game. 215, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. And Jonathan Taylor, a pretty rough game. 149 yards, but no touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Kind of similar to Ashton Saber, right, in our game. So Graham Briner for the Eels, 16 carries for 36 yards. Pretty low 2.3 yards per carry average. Mason Buchanan, he ran 4 times for 19. Jonathan Taylor on San Jose ran 5 for 19. And then Grayson Martinez, 7 for 17. That is definitely not a good game for sure. Got several subscribers here on both sides. So Yeezy Fuentes, SFL OG here. Only 3 catches for 32 yards. Going to be tough when your quarterback only throws $150. Not a lot of yards to go around here. Grayson Martinez, the halfback, caught 3 catches for 25 yards. Graham Briner on the Eels, 1 catch, 21 yards, but it was for a touchdown, so that is good for him. And then Ray on the Eels, 2 for 13. Hingle McCringleberry on the Industrials, love saying that name, 1 for 12. Dominic Marinai on the Industrials, though, a really good game. 6 tackles, and 3 of those puppies were TFLs. So shout out Dominator in the Discord, and obviously subscriber on this channel. Really good work there from you. And we got a couple others here. Josh Pickney, cornerback on the Industrials, had 3 tackles, and that is it. And then, of course, Dr. Dre Harris on the Eels, 2 tackles. So, wow, that was strange. A solid, convincing win by the OKC Eels over the Industrials. Milwaukee Motors beat the Louisville Fighters, so the Motors they're trying to solidify themselves as a playoff team as well. Cooper Fox, a really good, efficient game. 259 and a touchdown, but no interceptions. And then Cameron Udeze, kind of a rough game. 221, a touchdown, but 2 costly interceptions, so that will definitely lose you ball games there. Crab Kingsley on the Motors carried the ball 11 times for 66. And Cooper Fox, the quarterback, 8 carries, 24 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Shout out to Cooper Fox. I know you're watching this. Shout something out in the Discord. Let them know that you're here. Cameron Udeze on the Fighters also ran 3 times for 17. DeMar DeRozan, the wide receiver, also ran 1 time for 4. And then receiving wise, DeMar DeRozan always has solid games. 7 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. That was good to see, but also shout out Braylon Udeze. First game in the SFL, did have a touchdown. So 3 catches, 41 yards, and a big-time touchdown. That was awesome to see. So shout out to the Udeze bros for that. Steven Carlson, real live tight end, and also on the Motors here, 4 for 40. Okay, not a bad performance, I wouldn't say. And then Crab Kingsley on the Motors, 2 for 15. The Fox bros, wow, Sam Fox, the receiver, only 1 catch for 8 yards. He usually kills it, but you know what? Does not matter because they still they still got the win. And then we do have an offensive lineman here, Bobby Boulder. He did allow one single solitary sack. Defensively, we got a few here. Iron Fox, the cornerback on the Motors, 4 tackles and a pass deflection, no picks or anything like that. Strong safety, Ace Hondo. He did have a pick, though, so shout out Ace Hondo. 4 tackles and a nice interception. Daedric Valentine, the brother of Jalen Valentine, who we just saw today, had a sack. He had 4 tackles and a sack. So the Valentine brothers got some good stats, collectively in this episode. And then Charlie Wicker on the Fighters, 3 tackles and a pass deflection. And then finally, Jazz Fox on the Motors, 2 tackles. So a really nice win by the Motors. They are making some noise. The Louisville Fighters were in first place in the AFC North. We'll see if that still stands true after this loss. Spirits actually lose by 1 to the North Carolina Flyers. The Flyers are not a good team, have not been all season, but they got a couple wins in a row now, so watch out for them. They only got 1 subscriber, and they are in my division, so I do play them twice a season, so please join the Flyers. We need more subs on that team. But Alex Thompson, the brother of our QB Drew, 288, 3 touchdowns and no picks. Caleb Hayes also played good as well, 280, 3 touchdowns and no picks, so almost like identical stats, really. This one would have been a fun game to watch. Running back Daniel Banks on the Spirits, 15 for 67, averaging 4.5 yards per carry, and also a nice touchdown in there as well. Alex Thompson ran 3 times for 10, and then Caleb Hayes ran 2 times for 5. I mean, what am I looking at here? 12 catches, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns for DeAndre Smith. Might be the player of the freaking week. That's a good game. That's a great game. Dallas Bolton, who got traded over from the Crocs, who we just saw a couple teams ago, 4 catches for 43. Daniel Banks also had 3 catches for 22. And then George Smith, 1 for 16. But wow, that is crazy production there by DeAndre Smith. Jackson Prime, who is also a leader in interceptions across the SFL, 9 total tackles, no picks in this one though. Avery Miser, the linebacker, 6 tackles and 1 TFL, so nice work there. Grayson Miser had 5 tackles. The right linebacker, Cam O'Shea, had 5 tackles. Let's see, we got a lot of subscribers on the Spirits. Adrian Mew III had 4 tackles, but nothing else other than that. Trustin Smith had 3 tackles, and again, nothing else other than that. Jaden Hayes, the linebacker, had 3 tackles. D Ford, who's up there in terms of leaders for TFLs, added another 1 to his total, and also 2 tackles as well. JJ Miser, the D tackle, had 2 tackles. Jessica Miser, the defensive end, also had 2 tackles. And let's see, I know we're missing somebody, I think. Maybe Michael Madrid. No stats. I don't know why. I put him in the rotation. I will check that again before next episode. Kind of like Jalen Valentine that we just saw. I'll make sure that he's not down on the depth chart, but still, maybe they could have used him. Lose him by 1, right? But a crazy win. The North Carolina Flyers eke out a 1-point victory against the Spirits. Toronto Thunderbirds, they're trying to sneak their way into the playoffs too. They get a 3-point victory over their NFC North division rival, and kind of similar stats here as well. Gianni Cortese on the Dakota Pronghorns, 230 and a touchdown, and then Jordan Baker, 236, a touchdown and an interception, but that interception didn't prove to, loom too large, I guess. Caleb King on the Pronghorns, a tough day. He has lots of tough days on, not sure the scheme, I forget who the Pronghorns are, but anyways, 14 carries, 33 yards. Gianni Cortese, the QB, ran 5 times for 30, and then Jordan Baker, 2 for 9. Receiving, we got just one Thunderbirds player here. Barnaby Hunt, a really good game though. 6 catches for 70 and a big time touchdown. So you love to see that. And then defensively, we got Hayden Ward-Fair, the cornerback. No picks or TFLs or anything, but 6 tackles. He was all over the place, and I'm sure that was a big reason why the Thunderbirds eked out a 3-point victory. Portland Destroyers beat the Jersey Shore D's. They are having a tough season as well, and that will continue on here. Dominic Young on the Destroyers, kind of a up and down game, I guess. 279, good yardage, but 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Again, they didn't prove to loom too large because the Destroyers got a pretty good victory. So gotta watch that. But where's my player stats? Okay, there we go. Running, we also had Dominic Young, the QB. He ran 4 times for 24. Receiving, Jesse Moore, great tight end. Wow, Malik Neighbors, by the way, I just saw that. He played great. But Jesse Moore, 6 catches for 73 yards, but no touchdowns though. Alexander Kleblek on the Destroyers had 5 catches for 45. And then Tommy Pickle had 3 for 33, but no touchdowns. And yeah, the D's could have used a couple of those. And then Aiden Grau had an interception, so he's starting to get up there in picks as well. 4 tackles and 1 INT, but it was not enough to help his ball club as the D's do lose by 2 scores to the Portland Destroyers. Fort Worth Rough Riders really needed this game. At one time, they were the best team in the SFL, but they kind of, slid a little bit, so it's nice to see them get something in the W column. Devin Fry played just good enough, 205 yards and a touchdown. And Lucas Spicer, who is usually lights out, kind of struggled. 249 and 2 touchdowns is great, but 3 interceptions, you cannot do that and expect to win too many ball games. That's what happened here today. Devin Fry ran 5 times for 25, and then Lucas Spicer, he also scrambled 2 times for 17. We got a couple of receivers here. Floyd Butler, who I forgot to update the Discord prior to this episode, so if you're looking for that, my apologies. But I gotta imagine Floyd Butler is like top 5. He is gotta be top 5 in receivers. He had 4 catches for 70 yards. And then we also have Jarek Smith, the tight end. He had 1 catch for 6. And we also have 1 subscriber here on the Lightning, Mark Frazier. He had 5 tackles. So the Lightning, they're still okay. They're going to make the playoffs, I'm sure. But tough loss here and a nice, much-needed win by the Fort Worth Rough Riders. Edmonton Coyotes also needed a victory, and they got a big one over the St. Petersburg Manatees. A really convincing win, too. And another one of our Superstar X Factor channel members, Caden Haskins, he sure played like a Superstar X Factor. 288, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. A very clean game. Nick Snow, who just beat us. That was one of our 3 losses. We did lose to the Manatees, right? Yeah, surely we did. It was one of our 3 losses. Nick Snow played great in that game. They played okay in this one. 227, only 1 touchdown. No picks, though, which is nice. And Jackson Hyde, running back on the Coyotes, 18 for 70. It's pretty good production there, I would say. Timmy Winfield, also the subscriber receiver, had 1 rushing attempt. And Caden Haskins, 3 for 3. 3 attempts, 3 yards, and then Nick Snow, 1 attempt, 1 yard. DK Metcalf, 8 in the Coyotes, and they almost traded him, so I'm glad I kept him on the team. He showed up and showed out on this one. But Lex Rose on the Manatees had 5 catches for 78. Trevor Gronkowski, the 7-foot, 400-pound subscriber tight end, 4 catches for 62. We got BT Millie on the Coyotes, 5 for 57. And then Timmy Winfield, a much-needed touchdown for him. He's kind of been struggling as of late, but he had a big one, and also 5 for 52 as well. Defensively, W. Mans was all over the place as a strong safety. 11 tackles. Could have used some picks, though. They did not get any, but still, 11 tackles. That's really good. Tank Mason, middle linebacker of the Manatees, had 6 tackles and 1 pass deflection there as well. So nice work. Roquan Smith used to be on our team. So Roquan, hope you're doing well, and hope the family's good over there. We miss you, but not really. We're good. Peter Griffin, a linebacker on the Coyotes, had 4 tackles, and that is it. Hakeem Milton, the cornerback, had 4 tackles and a TFL and a pass deflection, so nice production from him. Trey Vaughn, the free safety, had 2 tackles, but also 2 pass deflections, so that is definitely good to see as well. Bob Doodle, the middle linebacker, had 1 tackle, and that is it. So kind of low production there, but still doesn't matter. They got the win, and no stats for Cody Bricks. That is definitely odd because Cody is always in the stat sheet, but not so much in this one. And Tyler McDonough, I scrolled right past him. I gotta be referencing my Discord. All the subscribers are in my Discord at the bottom channels where it says like AFC West, NFC North. Like, I use that. I need that to make sure I don't miss anybody. But Tyler, only 1 tackle, but still a really good win for the Coyotes. There's still some season left. I don't know if they can mathematically make the playoffs, but they are putting it together here in the later stages of the season, and that is what you like to see. Boulder Rockies, 49-24 victory over the Juneau Snow Owls. They have also been kind of on a landslide as of late, no pun intended. there by the Rockies, so nice to see them get a good convincing win. Lucas Thomas on the Rockies had 278 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. And then Caleb Fusco had 270, 3 touchdowns, but 3 very costly interceptions. That is not going to win you too many ball games. You know, if you throw the ball, throw 3 picks. AJ Hance, 21 attempts, 79 yards, and 3 touchdowns as a running back. Really, really nice work. Lucas Thomas always scrambling around. He also had 6 for 32 as well. And cannot forget about Austin Lucas, had 3 catches for 30 yards and a touchdown. Nice to see that. And then AJ Hance had 2 for 15. We got one more defender here, which would be AJ Hall, and he had 4 tackles, and that is it. So really nice convincing win by the Rockies. They should be safe in the playoffs. And they just showed us why with this convincing win over the Snow Owls. Rochester Rebels, they are a very good team, and they only got 1 subscriber. So join, like the Rebels and the Jacks each only has 1 subscriber quarterback. We need some more subs on these teams. Vanilla Vic, 307 yards and 3 touchdowns. That was a good game. And then Drew Vincent, I mean, it was a clean game, like didn't throw the ball away, but only 156 yards and 1 touchdown. You got to do just a little bit more than that. And Vanilla Vic, showing you why his name is Vanilla Vic. 14 attempts for a quarterback, mind you. That's crazy. 46 yards and 2 touchdowns from the Vicster. And then Drew Vincent, 6 attempts for 24 yards. So, yeah, Jack's season is pretty much done. The Rochester Rebels, they're fighting for that number 1 seed with us here in the NFC. Topeka Silverbacks, a nice win over the Memphis Suns, winning by 20. And quarterback Kyrie Brooks, also a SFL OG, had a good one. 287 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. And Nick Strickland kind of struggled, only a $155, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. And also both quarterbacks were sacked 4 times, so that's pretty crazy. Vero Brooks, best game so far as a SFL running back. 17 carries, 98 yards, averaging 5.8 per carry, and also found the end zone 2 times. That was really, really good work from him. Kyrie Brooks ran 4 times for 12, and Nick Strickland ran 4 times for 10. And then receiving, we got 1 on the Suns here. Miguel Guerrero, I mean, it was a quiet game, but effective. 3 catches, 33 yards, and a touchdown. I'm losing my train of thought here. The Topeka Silverbacks, my God, their season's probably done too, but still trying to carry over positives to season number 3. And they have looked much better here in the later stages of the season. Massachusetts Smithies lose a close one to the Sacramento Sharks. Their season's pretty much done, the Smithies that is, but the Sharks, every win matters to keep alive in the playoff hunt. So Rico Johnson played really good, 285 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Silas Vaden played good too, 243, 1 touchdown. This game looked like it was probably a shootout as well. It looked like a fun game. Jax Vaden on the Smithies, 16 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Liz Marlowe on the Sharks had 12 for 56 and no touchdowns as well. Harley K's 4 for 21 and also no touchdowns. Rico Johnson had 3 carries for 17 yards, and then Silas Vaden 2 for 8. My God, give the game ball of the week to this guy right here. Traquan O'Neal on the Sharks, 8 catches, 122 yards, and 4 monster touchdowns. Player of the week, offensive player of the week, I'm calling it. Unless somebody's really crazy in these next couple games. That is amazing work there from Traquan. Lonnie Marlowe, the tight end, also played good too, 6 for 88. We got Hope Kays, the wide receiver, had 4 for 42. Liz Marlowe, the running back, had 4 for 21. And then also 1 for 7 from Harley Kays. And then no catches by Gerald Cole. Interesting. He usually has a ton of them. Now, I'm going to go through the Sharks here because they got tons of defensive subscribers, and then we'll switch over to the Smithies because they only got 1. But starting things off here with Dean Miser, the middle linebacker, 7 tackles and a TFL, and also a pass deflection as well. Allie Miser had 6 tackles. We got Christina Marlowe, the right end, had 5 tackles and a TFL and a half a sack. So really nice work there. Good to see that backfield pressure. Paige Miser, the cornerback, had 4 tackles. Okay. Megalo Don, the linebacker, 4 tackles, a TFL, and a sack, and a pass deflection. Lots of great defensive stats. Lake Miser, also superstar X Factor and channel member here in the SFL, had 3 tackles and 1 TFL. Easton Dwayne Marlowe, 3 tackles and a TFL. So, like, again, just tons and tons of defensive stats. I love to see it. Cornerback Roger Miser had 2 tackles. Okay. Billy Bob Joe, the strong safety, also had 2 tackles as well. Defensive tackle Bruce Jaws had 1 tackle, and that is it. Am I missing anybody here on the Sharks? I do not think so. Okay, so really nice work by the Sharks defense. That was great to see. And then strong safety Ishmael Balog on the Smithies had 6 tackles, but no game-wrecking stats that they really needed, as they only lost by 3 points, the Smithies that is, to the Sacramento Sharks, and they are trying to keep their playoff hunt alive. Battle of the NFC West here. Salem Steelhawks get the better of the Roswell Revolution, and the Steelhawks are battling with us right now for that #1 seed with a couple other teams in there too. Quarterback for the Revolution, Noah Acro, 176 yards, 1 touchdown, but Cameron Score More. I'm copying the nickname from Jesse Score More, even though that is Jesse's title. We'll think of a new one for Cameron. Cameron throwing 4 touchdowns, that is. 296, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Great job there by Cameron. And then running back Ian Taliercio on the Steelhawks, 15 carries, 70 yards, averaging almost 5 yards per carry. Very nice work. Noah Acro, the QB, scrambled 4 times for 15 yards. And then also Cameron Moore scrambled 1 time for 8. JJ Redd, this has been a really good week for receivers, I will say. JJ Redd, 9 catches for a $123 and 2 touchdowns. Very nice production there. And then also Joe Uno, the tight end on the Steelhawks. He's been piling up the TDs as of late, I see. I like to see that. 5 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. Not a lot of receiving production here for the Revolution. BT Taylor, 2 for 27. And then we're missing somebody here. Yeah, Willie, I'm losing it, man. Willie Lloyd Jr., no stats. Wow. He's been a touchdown machine as of late too. But nothing there. And then also no stats from Ian Taliercio as a pass catcher. Oh, left tackle Jerry Tress allowed 3 sacks. You can't be doing that, Jerry. Not in the playoffs. That's a recipe for disaster right there. So you got to clean that up. Linebacker Eli Acro on the Revolution had 5 tackles, though. Carl Snaggs did not snag any interceptions, but did have a pass deflection and also 5 total tackles. So I guess you'll live with that. It's Oreo, the defensive end, 4 tackles and 2 TFLs. Always in the backfield, generating pressure. Hayden Zeig, the defensive tackle, had 4 tackles and also a TFL in there too. Cornerback Jameer Juice on Roswell had 4 tackles, but no interceptions or anything like that. Daniel THG had 3 tackles and 1 TFL. Okay. Gio Cruz, who always plays well on the Revolution, continued that trend here. 3 tackles and 2 sacks. Did not result in a victory, unfortunately, but still, the production is definitely always there. Anybody else that I'm missing here? I'll know when I see them. I feel like there is. I'm not seeing it here. I'll find it. Not Oreo. There we go. Okay. Not Oreo had nothing. That's why we're not seeing any stats there. Very odd, because he too is always in there in the backfield. But nonetheless, it's a very convincing win by the Salem Steelhawks, 34-7 over their division rivals, Roswell Revolution. Providence Red Raiders lost to the Albany Argonauts. Once upon a time, they were the #1 seed in the AFC. And the Argonauts, can they crawl back into the playoffs? They were the Super Bowl. They lost in the Super Bowl last season, but they made it all the way. And couple QBs battling it out here. Chase Kaiser on the Providence Red Raiders, 310 and 3 touchdowns. And then Craig Ray, 307 and 3 touchdowns. So almost identical stats there. This one would have also been fun too. Bobby Donuts, Superstar X Factor channel member, usually kills it. Not so much in this game. 14 carries, 36 yards, and no touchdowns. So that was kind of rough. Craig Ray scrambled 4 times for 19, and then Chase Kaiser scrambled 2 times for 5, and then receiver Jeff Burke also had 1 run for 4 yards as well. And yeah, the receivers are just tearing it up here. I mean, like, what am I looking at? 3 receivers over 100 yards? What? Zane Wolf was one of those receivers. 7 catches for 102. He just joined a few episodes ago. David Njoku used to be on our team, had a touchdown, so got to salute you for that, brother. Jeff Burke had six catches for 54, and Dunkin' Donuts, the wide receiver, had 3 catches for 31. I believe that is it. Looks like it is as far as receivers go. Defensively, we got one on each team here. Cornerback Mark Dixon had 2 tackles and also a pass deflection. And then defensive end Chuck Pick, who usually plays well too, only 1 tackle in this one. So it's a good win by the Albany Argonauts. Can they get into the playoffs? That is the question. And can the Providence Red Raiders stay in the playoffs? That too is the question. And wrapping things up here with the Montana Mountain Lions, who are having themselves also a good second half of the season. They got lots of subscribers now on their team. Quarterback McDonald's 10-piece had a really solid game, 288 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. And then Dragon Zetron on the Summits, kind of a rough game, 182, 2 touchdowns, and also 2 interceptions as well. Rushing, Caleb Small, who usually plays really well, kind of played really well, had a fumble. I see, that's not good, but 14 carries for 73 yards, averaging 5.2 yards per carry. You will always take that. Quarterback McDonald's 10-piece ran 8 times for 32. And then Dragon Zetron, 3 for 14. Also receiver Christian Bangle ran 1 time for 7. Receiving stats continue to be phenomenal this week. Ajante Lee on the Mountain Lions, 8 catches, 124 yards, and a touchdown. That was a great game. Tight end Gavin Goat also had a touchdown as well, and 5 catches for 59. Christian Bangle, 4 for 45, and also Caleb Small, the wide receiver, had 2 for 14. And then defensively, we got a bunch here. Augustine Miser, one of the SFL's leader in tackles, added 11 more to his total this week. Also, a pass deflection in there too. Steve Miser, the cornerback, had 6 tackles, and that is it. Johnny Adam Miser, though, the defensive tackle, a really good game. 4 tackles and 2 monster sacks. That is what you like to see from your anchor in the middle. King Lay, the strong safety, had 3 tackles. Tavarius Lee also had 3 tackles. Hudson Dean Miser had a big-time interception, 3 tackles, a pick, and then also a pass deflection in there too. So a really solid game. And John, Jacob, and Jingleheimer Schmidt, I guess, who's not here. John and Jacob Miser had no stats. That kind of sucks. But, you know, we got so many subscribers now in this SFL that people sometimes just don't play. And that's just kind of how it is. But anyways, a very nice win by the Montana Mountain Lions, beating the Akron Summits by a score of 2. So that is how that episode shakes up. A lot going on, and we got 3 more games until the playoffs, guys. We take on the Providence Red Raiders, Savannah Spirits, and then end the season against the Massachusetts Smithies. Next episode, I will show you guys the playoff picture, and maybe we'll go through some top 5 league leaders. I'm not sure, but anyways, that is going to do it for me tonight, guys. As always, I appreciate you stopping by. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.